Last week, I bumped into some friends over lunch. They work for different developers and they shared some very interesting stories over a casual chat, something that you would never hear from any official channels. You have heard about the computer chip shortage. I don't know if you have experienced it in your daily life yet. Well, we had to order an integrated fridge for one of our rental management units, and the wait was 4 months. Imagine a developer having to order hundreds of the same fridge, same stove for all the units in a new condo building. The suppliers simply don't have enough stock for everyone. If they have anything available, they would feed the big developers first. For smaller developers, they cannot afford to wait because they don't get paid until they finish the units for final closing. All the buyer's deposits are just sitting in the lawyer's trust account. So what can the small developers do to survive? They have to act like us, regular customers. They actually go to Home Depot and all these other appliance stores and grab whatever's available. Yes, the stove in your unit may be different from the stove upstairs. The appliances in the same building would be coming from multiple brands. Sounds like jokes, but it is a true story. That's a critical challenge that the industry is facing right now. Things are better for big developers because they typically have multiple ongoing construction sites so they can shift resources around. And they are financially very strong, so they can afford some delays. You see, it is more important than ever that you buy from reputable developers. Here's another interesting thing. People always debate about the pros and cons of having a balcony. Do you know what is the developer's take on balconies, specifically in this COVID era? They pray for an architectural design without balconies. Why? It is one less thing to worry about. They may not get enough supplies of the railing. They may run out of glass panels. And without a proper balcony, the unit is incomplete and they won't be able to close it. More delay, more money. Delay is very costly. The supply chain issue is indeed a very serious issue. And even if things reopen 100% tomorrow, the back orders won't be resolved immediately. Besides, more and more new demands will also be created as more things reopen. To add on top of the material challenge, there's also the labor shortage. The government wants more housing units built, but we are essentially working with the same labor pool. So developers will have to fight for construction workers. And who is going to win? The one who can afford to pay more. The ones who have a pipeline of jobs down the road. Again, the big developers. It is going to be harder than ever for smaller developers to survive. Sad, but true. On the other hand, it is almost impossible to see any room for construction costs to come down for the big developers. And with the inclusionary zoning policy, making housing more affordable for 10% of the people, but more expensive for the remaining 9% of the people. I really can't see any way for prices to come down in the foreseeable future. If you enjoyed this type of content, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you keep getting more and more valuable content.